Hi, Dr. H here with Family Centered Parenting. Good to see you again. I wanted to respond to a question I just received not too long ago, and hopefully it resonates with many parents. So here's the question. My 12-year-old son and his father were recently approached by my son's baseball coach in our town's recreational league. And the coach talked about enrolling our son in a baseball clinic for exceptional ball players. The coach indicated that since my son excelled this past season, it might be a good idea to start grooming him for a more competitive baseball environment. Obviously, my son was excited, and so was his dad. However, as a mom and another second parent, I have some misgivings about the impact on our family of pursuing this recommendation. And they asked for my thoughts. Okay, good question, and I'm sure it's come up. Today's world of athletic pursuits for people is so highly competitive, and especially when our kids are kind of labeled as elite or potentially elite in their sport, then another whole world opens up. Because just being on a local team or being on a high school team in today's competitive world is not enough. There are camps and clubs and off-season and a myriad of things and traveling teams, etc., that our kids gravitate towards because it makes them feel special. But on the other hand, the impact on family life is huge, and it takes some adjustment. I remember in particular, I saw a bumper sticker on a minivan, and it said, "I have no life. My daughter plays AAU basketball." And it was meant as kind of a joke, but if you think about it, that parent was deeply concerned or expressing some frustration that their needs have become secondary to their child's athletic needs. So my response to this mom who wrote that question is that certainly I think her concerns are well-founded. The fact that she's thinking about the potential impact on the family of following the baseball coach's recommendation lays the foundation of what needs to be considered before she and her husband make this decision. I strongly recommend first a family meeting. Mom and dad, the son, siblings who might be living at home, and discuss at the importance of the meeting is for all members of the family to weigh in with their thoughts and opinions about the child being on a traveling team and going to some elite camp and what it means. That this doesn't mean the parents are giving up their authority to make a final decision, but respects the fact that all members of the family will be affected by the decision, and they all deserve the respect of being heard about it. This is especially important for the sibling. You know, if the family, I've seen families when I've traveled in motels with the whole family because one child is participating in some regional sporting competition. Well, obviously the child who is not participating is part of it. Their weekend is disrupted. They're not seeing their friends or going to whatever lessons, etc., they want to participate in. Or you have two kids who both want to participate in an elite sport. How do you divide that time? Then you decide, let's face it, if you and your husband are working parents and Saturdays or your day to catch up, clean the house, prepare for the week, do shopping, unwind, spend some time with your spouse, whatever, do something. Family. And now that's taken up by some sort of competition, either a traveling team, an all-day event of some sort, even dancers, not only athletes, but competitive dancers, young teenagers and younger children. These dance competitions, they're all-day affairs. It's unbelievable the amount of time and money that a parent must devote to pursuing this dream of excellence for their child. You want to support that child. You want to make sure they're going as far as they can with their interest. But you have to weigh what's the price for me as an adult and for family life. And the only way to be fair and open is to have a real discussion where everybody voices their point of view. And sometimes it works, and the younger children or the children of the non-athlete will say, I enjoy the traveling when we're all together, we're all in it as a family. If Louis does well in the swimming meet or his tennis competition, and we're all there and cheering him on, we all feel good, we're all proud of him, we're all part of his growth as an athlete. Those are ways that the whole family could be involved. But take it seriously. We don't want the resentment. Look, here's another Saturday shot. Sitting there at a boring meet, waiting for your child to perform, thinking of all the things you need to get done, the stress it's causing. It's not fair to you as an adult. It's not going to change their life. Very few kids are going to be Olympic athletes or really elite athletes. We want them to enjoy themselves. We want them to explore different venues to see what they really enjoy. And it's tough in today's world. It's ultra competitive. We all worship the pyramid, who's on top of the pyramid, but we pay an awful big price for those who don't climb to the top. A lot of burnout, and we have to reevaluate this as a family to make sure we're making the right decisions. And sometimes after trying it out, we have to sit down and say, this is not working for us as a family, for us as adults, so we need to cut back and find some alternatives. But this life of going on weekend meets and disrupting everything about our lives and family, it's too big a price to pay. So, as I said, in summary, the goal for the family as well as the athlete is to benefit from the athletic success from one member, and then it's for the whole family. So we have to make sure it's for the whole family. So in addition to the family meeting, it's a good idea for you and your husband to talk freely with other parents who have committed to this highly competitive athletic world, and ask them about the pros and cons of their experience and what they might have done differently now that they've had a chance to think about it. So again, this is Dr. H with Family-Centered Parenting. Remind folks you could find out more about family-centered parenting in my book, Family-Centered Parenting, Your Guide to Growing Great Families, especially information about family meetings and how that can be accomplished in the most positive way. It's a whole chapter devoted how-to exercises, practice on setting up the family meeting. Anyway, go to familycenteredparenting.com, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you for listening and viewing. Bye-bye.